Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us again. This is the Saturday's episode of the program Shagalinku TV. My name is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and thanks for joining us. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who's been joining, everyone who's been sending us messages, and thanks to Mariam Nwokolo, to Didi, to Malin, to Antingozi, to Victoria and Zainab for making today's episode a success, so to say. Today we'll be having a chat with a Nollywood star. The COVID pandemic hit hard last year when everyone was on lockdown, and then social activities, other industries were just at a standstill. But Nollywood, music, comedy, entertainment was still on, and that's why we're asking today, how did it go? How did they fare? How were they able to still churn out music, videos, and all that? Today we're having Chris Okagbue, and he'll be talking with us his journey in the movie industry and a whole lot. If you want to join us, we're streaming live in three destinations: on Shagalinko TV from our YouTube page, on Shagalinko TV from our Facebook page, and from my personal page, Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari. You could drop your comments on the comment section for him, questions, comments, anything you want to ask him. If you're an upcoming artist and you'd like to get one or two tips from him, just ask the questions and he'll be here to answer. Let me bring my guest. Hi, Chris.
Good afternoon. Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good to have you. I know you're a very busy person, and thanks for joining us. We appreciate.
You're welcome. Let me
Yeah.
first of all apologize that I am doing this from my. I am literally. I don't know if you can still see me.
Yes, I
Um.
can.
Hello. Are you there?
Yes, I can see you. Go on.
Are you there? Can you still see me?
Yes, I can. I can see you.
Do you still have me?
Yes, yes,
Okay, I
yes.
see you now, but I think your audio is muted because I can't hear you. But anyway, I was saying that I am literally on the film set and had to beg them to give me a few minutes to just come here and be part of the show. And the environment that
Wow.
we are filming is quite noisy, so I had to. This
Oh.
was my last option. I had to come in my car and try to be here with you guys.
Thank you so much. We truly appreciate. We truly appreciate. Now
I can't
let's
hear you. I
start
think
with
your audio
first
is on
things.
mute. I can't hear you.
Whoa. Okay. Let me try and figure this out.
No, no,
Can Can you hear me now?
can't hear you. No, but can you hear me?
Oh, hear you. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. It's not distracting or anything. Like it's dead flat.
What about now? Hello, can you hear
Nothing,
me?
nothing. I'm literally reading your lips to try to understand what you're asking, but I can't hear you still. Do you want me to go and then come back?
Oh,
Maybe it would I don't know.
y- yes. Maybe you go off and come back. But I can hear you. That's just the funny
I
thing. I
literally
can
can't
hear
hear you.
you,
But
and I'm
let's not waste
wondering
time.
why
So
you
I'm just
can't
going
hear
to
me.
log off and then log back in, and hopefully it would
Okay.
be better. Apologies,
Okay.
everyone. Let's do
Oh,
this and
that
get
will be
this
fun.
right, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So while we're waiting for Chris to come back, I hope everyone out there can hear me. If you can hear me, um, that's good. Please do let us know in the comment section if you can hear me. Maybe the audio is from my end, or Chris needs to also click on. Maybe Chris needs to increase the volume of his audio so he could hear me. But if you could hear us, please drop a comment on the comment section. Let's be sure this is good. But I can hear Chris, and I'm
I
wondering why. Can you hear me now?
I can I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Oh,
I'm sorry I had
fine,
to go
fine.
off and then come.
No problem. Thanks
Great.
so
Okay.
much. Now, Chris, welcome. A lot has been happening with you. During the lockdown, we saw a lot of skits you were doing, some very funny one, some scary. But I'd like you to take us through your journey. Who is Chris Okagbue? Where are you from? Family of how many? How did you get into the industry?
Okay. There's still a bit of distortion in your sound, but if I heard you correctly, you're asking who's Chris Okabwe, where am I from, family background,
Yeah.
and pretty much how I joined the industry. So yes, my name is Christopher Okechukwu Okabwe. I am from Onitsha in Anambra State. Um, I'm from the royal family, the Okabwe royal family. My dad was the previous Obi of Onitsha. Um, I'm his
Mm,
last son, myself and my twin brother. Yes, I have a twin brother. I have five siblings in total. I have one twin brother, one older sister, and three younger sisters. I pretty much grew up partly in Anambra and in Lagos as well. Did my primary and part of my secondary school in Lagos. Then went to University of Lagos where I graduated from the Department of Sociology. I have a BSc in Sociology. Journey into the entertainment industry started quite early for me. I was 16 at the time. I hadn't even got into school. I pretty much
mm,
started off as a model because like I said, I was trying to get into school, but I didn't just want idle at home. So modeling started just so because I wanted to stay busy and then also make some change. And then acting started not too long after that. And funny enough, I never wanted to be an actor. It was just a pastime for me at the time. But eventually, the more I did it, the more interested I was in it, and the more I started to enjoy it, and I became passionate about it. And everything else happened in between, going for Ultimate Search, being a one-time TV presenter before Ultimate Search. I've pretty much done almost everything in showbiz. So yeah, that's we are here today and we're still pushing it.
Um, so, how would you compare modeling and acting if you're given one option to choose from? Would you still go back to modeling? Would you come back to acting or stick to acting?
Well, the truth is, you can't. It's not something that there's no need to extricate the both because you can. You literally can, right? And I still model to today. Last week Monday, I was on a set of a commercial. So it doesn't really stop. It doesn't really stop me from acting. It doesn't interrupt my acting. Yeah. It's just about scheduling, finding the right time. If I get a job and I need to shoot, as long as it's not clashing with another shoot, I come in and I shoot. So the difference between modeling and acting is obviously acting takes much longer time. Um, on film
Mhm.
sets for a week, possibly even longer than that. Whereas commercial shoots do not take so long. It's something that you can achieve within a couple of hours, depending on the kind of commercial that you're shooting. Sometimes I think the highest number of days I've spent shooting a commercial was about 3 days, but that was because each particular day was a different scene in a different location that was very far from the previous location. So we literally mapped out 3 days to shoot the entire commercial. So yes, but it's somewhat easier because it doesn't take as much time. It doesn't require a lot. Most times, it doesn't require you having to learn lines, cram your lines, and all of that comes with acting. So and I enjoy doing both. So I don't think that there's any need wanting to stop, want to focus on the other. So yeah, I juggle both and it's effortless.
That's good. In case you just joined us, this is a Saturday's edition of Shagalinko TV, and we're here with Nollywood actor Chris Okagbue. And if you have questions, please drop them on the comment section there, or you can also drop them via our text line 08054383460. We're getting some messages already, and I'd like to read some of them here. Um, my name is Margaret from Port Harcourt, watching you right now, and just want to tell your guest to keep it up. He's one of my favorite actors. Please ask him why was he so tough on Tinsel as Mr. Emil. I was going to ask you that because there's this place Brenda was trying to um, do a few beggings to let you bring her company back into, and you were so firm. And in my mind, I'm like, why is this guy this too hard? And there was one time again, Brenda tried bringing this other girl who she flips between the herself and her past,
And
you
Angela
know.
and Angela.
And so, and then Brenda tried bringing her to seduce you to get back the role, the contract, and all that, and you walked away and all that. Thank you, Margaret, for asking that question.
So thank you, Margaret. I really appreciate. I think that to a large extent, it's pretty much the story. It's just the story. Like I'm not a mean person in real life, but I think having played Emil for years now, I've been playing the character for a long time. I know his backstory. I know where he's coming from. I know where he's going to. I know the relationship he has with everybody in his life, especially in his workspace. So Emil is someone who a lot of people look down on because they feel like one, he's young, he's spoiled, and he should not be at the table that he's at with the people he's on the table with. If you remember the backstory, he has a single mom. He
Yeah,
actually finished school quite early and started working um, in his mother's company, really handling big contracts, big deals, big movie productions, and all of that, basically competing with people like Brenda and Co, who were considered to be like the top guns in the filmmaking industry in Tinsel Town.
true.
So coming from
Mm,
someone who's young, a lot of people look down on him like, oh, this one is young. What does he know? What does he think he wants to do? He doesn't have any experience. So he always has that shadow of that's that cloud of doubt over his head, and he always feels the need to let people know that, look, I have something to bring to, if anything, I'm probably better than this, better at this than most of you. So he felt the need to prove a point to a lot of people, especially Brenda. And anyone who knows the show knows that Brenda, as a character, is someone who can be manipulative to get whatever she wants.
true.
Emil knows this from experience. So he's always very cautious when it comes to dealing with her because he knows he has to deal with her anyway because they pretty much work together, but he always uses his head. So that's the reason, to answer Margaret's question. That's the reason why sometimes it may be that way.
Yeah, yeah. Got this one here from Kenya. It says, "Hi, I'm watching you live from Nairobi. Chris is one of my favorite actors. Tell him that we love him here in Nairobi." Whoa, okay. um,
So
so
much.
let me take this other one.
Come to Kenya.
Mm,
I have a friend. I have a friend who's also an actress. Her name is Mumbi Maina. She's from Nairobi, Kenya. Funny, we were just talking the other day, and we've been planning to for me to come over there for work and stuff like that. But obviously, because of COVID and a lot of things that are going on right now, that may not be
mm.
possible right now. But I aim to come to Kenya someday.
Mm. Okay. Got this other one here, and it's from Brenda. It says, "Good afternoon. Waving all the way from Tanzania. Tell Chris that we're waiting for him, and please ask him what does he look out for in a script before he takes his roles, because you hardly just see him in any film." Mm.
Thank you for that question, and thank you. All love to Tanzanians. So it's very right. I am very well, not very, but I'm somewhat picky with roles, and the reason is very simple. I do not want to be typecasted. Do you get what I mean? I know what I look like, and a lot of people, when they see me and they want to cast me for roles, they want to give me roles that you would expect. Oh, good-looking guy, has everything going for him, nice house, nice cars, all the women and all of that. There's really nothing wrong in playing those kind of roles, but personally, for me, I'd really rather not do a lot of that. I'd like to do stuff that would challenge me, that would stretch me and push me as an actor, where I would get home at every day and feel like I have worked. Do you get what I mean? I like stuff that are very physically challenging. I like stuff that, takes me out of my comfort zone. That is the only gratification I get from the work that I do. Aside the money aspects, but for me, like I said, it's not always about the money. If it was about the money, I'll pretty much be on every project that you just throw money at me and then I'll jump on the role. But I'm quite selective because I want to be able to watch my own movies and be happy with what I did, feel fulfilled, feel like I did a great job, not just being a good looking face on TV. No, that's not what I want. So that's the reason why I'm picky with roles.
Okay. So many questions here. And keep yours coming. 080. If you're outside the country, it's +234 080 5438 3460. If you have questions for Chris, just drop them here, or you drop it on the comment section, and we'll read them as we go on. Yes, this one is from London, and her name is Evelyn. It says, please ask Chris why he does some of his funny skits. He looks like an Ajebota, but some of his skits are so hilarious and army like.
I don't know why people say that all the time. A lot of people think that because I look a certain way that I am an Ajabos. I don't be Ajabo. Yes, I know I have experienced some of the good things in life. But I'm also very street. I grew up in the village. I tell people this all the time. I pretty much grew up in the village, right? So I'm very, very, very grounded in the very basic things. Do you get what I mean? I've done it all.
Yeah.
The whole fetching water, going all the way to the stream that is very far, carrying buckets on your head or gallons on your head or using wheelbarrow. Um, li- like no jokes, I have done it all, so I know all these things. Yes, we're in Lagos right now, trying to represent, dress well, well, and all of that. But I am an all-rounder. So some of my videos, it's pretty much me just having fun. I just like to express different sides of myself. Also give the opportunity to people to be able to see me in different lights from they're already used to. So those are pretty much like
Mm.
the inspiration behind. Yeah.
Okay. Patricia just responded to you. Patricia is in Worry. She said, I'm watching you from Worry. Tell Chris that I don't believe that village Dino. With that skin glowing like that, he doesn't look like a village boy.
Well, what can I say? Thank God we don't. How do they say? Thank God we don't look like what we
We
are
don't
born
look,
to.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But the truth, Patricia, I cross my heart. I give you my word. I grew up in it. My mom's village is Irri Village in Obosi in Anambra State. Obosi is not far from Onitsha, where my dad is from.
Mm,
Um, Trust me, I have done it all, and I say this everywhere, pretty much every interview. It's not a lie. People who know me from way back can vouch for me on that. I guarantee you, it's the truth.
mm. Okay. Um, let's come back to COVID-19. The lockdown was terrible, for people like you who are in an industry that numbers matter, sold out tickets, all filled to the brim. You have to go for premieres. Even when you shoot quietly, you have to go for premieres, and it's about sellout, it's about numbers, it's about attending film festivals, for awards and all that, and now having to stay locked down. First of all, how were you able to pull through the lockdown for you personally? And then we'll talk about your colleagues and the industry, how you guys were able to pull through.
Okay, as far as work is concerned, there's nobody in the creative space who did not feel the impact of the lockdown. Because one thing about creatives, we do not like to be boxed up in one place. It pretty much messes with your psyche because we are all over
Mm,
the place. We are inspired by things that we see. So when you're locked up in one place and you're experiencing the same thing over and over and over again on ending, it can be a bit frustrating. I think for me personally, that was when I really started doing TikTok and all these videos you're seeing right now. A lot of people, just watch it and have fun with it, which is fine. But for me, it was an escape. It was a way for me to stay in touch with my creative side. It was a way for me to still be able to create content to put out there for people to see and know that, oh, I'm still busy and I'm still doing stuff. But most importantly, I think one of my greatest achievements during the lockdown was being able to shoot a movie called Atumari Laka. Now, it's a short horror film. And the interesting thing about this film, it's on YouTube. You can check it up. Atun Marilaka, Atunmarile, just spelled, pronounced as spelled. So what we did with this film, we pretty much all shot this film from the comforts of our homes. There are four actors in the film, and we all individually recorded our parts of the film in our respective homes. Right. So the entire movie is pretty much like a Skype phone call amongst four friends, And then somewhere along the line is one of the girl that I'm dating. It was her birthday, obviously because of lockdown. In the story, we couldn't all be together, so we had to engage in a Skype conversation, like Skype video call, just to wish her happy birthday, and things just started going wrong from there. So it was interesting having to film that in our respective homes ourselves with our phones, and then send the footage to the director, who was also the editor, who now cut and copy and paste and match and sync and all of that. When you see the entire movie, you'd be shocked that we are able to achieve this without having an actual crew with us. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it
Physical. Yeah.
was very interesting doing that. Um, and so there's that, and there's the TikTok and social media. It really helped us to still stay afloat. Obviously,
Mm.
as far as making money goes, it hits everyone. It was not just us in the
Mm.
creatives. Because if you're not working,
True.
you're not making money. So that part was also very frustrating, not being able to make money.
Mm.
You find that you're spending money and there's no income because you're not
True.
working.
True.
So yeah, it was difficult, but I'm glad that there's a bit of normalcy right now. We're able to go back to work. Obviously, still observing all safety precautions, but I'm grateful that we are able to go back to work now.
True. Okay. Judging by what one of the viewers sent message, you are very selective when it comes to your film. So, what are the three films that have been most challenging for you? That at the end of the day, you knew you gave it your all, you gave it your best, and you could say, yeah, you really did you did what you needed to do in that film.
Absolutely, absolutely. So for everyone who's watching, um, so when you go to Iroko TV app or Iroko TV on the website, look out for the movie titled Lutana. Lutana is spelled Lotana. Lutana was shot in 2016 or 2017 thereabout, but today still happens to be probably my most challenging role ever as an actor, and I've been doing this for a long time. So it's Lutana is my baby. I carry it in my heart anywhere that I go, and I'm proud to recommend it to anyone. So please feel free to watch Lutana. Feel free to give me a feedback on my social media. I actually do respond to DMs. I know it's weird.
Mm.
Um, the ones that I see. Give me your feedback. Give me your review on what you think about it. Send me a DM. I would definitely respond once I'm able to see it. That's one. Number two, a movie called um, Love Potion. Love Potion is also on Iroko. What was interesting about Love Potion is a story that almost everyone knows if you watch Hollywood movies. So it's a story about a guy who takes a potion and he's now able to literally hear what women are thinking. It was an interesting production because when you watch the
Mm.
movie, the timing and just being able, when you're on set and you know that this is what this woman is supposed to be thinking according to the lines, reacting at the right time to what people are seeing without having to move their lips. It was a beautiful experience doing that. And then the last one would be For Old Time's Sake. For Old Time's Sake is my second dance theme movie. And For Old Time's Sake, I played a dance instructor and a dancer. A lot of people who do not know that I actually used to dance professionally. It's one of my small talents that I'm managing. So that was also challenging having to. So other than the fact that I'm a dancer, I had to learn how to dance salsa from the basics because as in the film, my character as a dance instructor should be able to know how to do different kinds of dance, whether it's traditional, hip hop, salsa, ballroom, contemporary. So I had to learn some of the things that I did not already know, and then also fine tune some of the things that I already knew how to do. So rehearsing for like 3 weeks every day for like 7 hours. This was even before production started, and then actually started the filming and all of that. It was also challenging. I have a bunch of other ones, but these three off the top of my head, I feel like anyone who sees it would enjoy it. Now, for old time's sake, the dance movie, I don't know. It was in the cinemas. It's not in the cinemas anymore. I don't think it's on any online platform at the moment, but I think that the producers are trying to get it on Netflix. So hopefully that would happen sometime this year, so everyone can get to see it. But Lutana and Love Potion are on Iroko. You can see that.
Okay, thank you very much. Still getting messages here. I got this one from Tunde from Lagos. He said, please help me ask him what would be his advice for upcoming actors and what are the challenges they will face in trying to live their dream. Tunde Lagos.
Okay. Advice. You have to have something to the table. I mean, acting. Everyone can act. Yes, let me bust your bubble. Everyone can act. The fact that you're a living, breathing, walking human being, every day that you wake up and interact with even your gate man or your neighbor, or you go to work, it's you acting. The only difference is that is reality. Where most people feel like they cannot act is the pressure that comes from the moment you're on a film set, and then there's a camera, and then there are actual lines that they expect you to say. There are actual lines that you've had to memorize and then say it as naturally as possible. That's where the work now comes in. But really, everyone can act. If you're able to overcome that fear or that pressure or that anxiety that comes with, being on an actual set where people expect you to now act, then you'll be able to do well. Also, you have to be open-minded to learning, because there's never a time where there's no room for improvement. Even for someone like me, I do not even consider myself to be the best actor on my street, let alone the best actor in Africa or in Nigeria or in the world. I'm always open to learning new things, bettering my craft. I'm always open to trying to outdo myself, get better with every film that I do. I critique myself as often as I can. Um, and also, as far as challenges go, you're going to get a lot of no's. That's the truth. That's the reality. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of, oh, we'll get back to you. You're going to get a lot of, you're not what we're looking for right now. But what I always tell people, getting 100 no's is not the issue. All you need is one good yes. And one good yes is more than enough to skyrocket you from 0 to 100. Trust me, you might be a relatively unknown actor, and then you do one film that goes everywhere in the world. And just like that, you're a household name. So keep on fighting, keep on pushing. And also, I believe that there's a God factor in everything, literally everything. So also, take it to our maker or your maker, depending on what your religion is. But yes,
Yeah.
that's like 2 cents that I can give.
Okay. This one is from the United States of America. His name is David Vandy. It says, I am watching Lotana right now. Wow. Okay.
Hey,
He's
awesome, 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 awesome. I hope you enjoy. Please, like I said, feel free to give
yeah.
back.
Yeah. And this one is from Pastor Chuku OGJP. He says, this is beautiful.
Thank
Um, thank you
you very
very
much.
much. Yeah. So I got this other one again from one of our very regular viewer in the United States of America. His name is Dr. Nana Kwame Leroy. He says, it is great to hear the perspective of a movie actor on what is going on in his mind when he's making a decision about which work to accept and when he's acting. Yeah, yeah, thank you. I think
Thank you.
someone asked you too. Someone asked you that what how do you decide a script, because they hardly
Yeah.
see you in just every film, and you replied about that. It's a very good one. So I'll also ask this again. I know you've touched it a little before, but a lot of times you see people who say they've acted 300 films, 500 films, and I'd ask for you, is it about quality or quantity?
No, for me, it's about quality. Really, it's about quality. Um, Truth is, in reality, there are a lot of relatively new actors who came into the industry in the last maybe 5 years, who are way, way more popular than I am. You get what I'm saying? And have done possibly more movies or close to the same amount of movies that I have done, but like I said, more popular than I am. At the end of the day, I feel like it boils down to, individual wants. What do you want for yourself as an actor? What do you want for yourself as in your career? If you're the kind of actor that just wants to be everywhere, it's good and fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, for instance, it's not necessarily what I want. Yes, I want to be seen. I want to be relevant. I want people to be able to see my work, but I don't want people to see just any work. I want a situation where you watch a movie that I am in and it touches you. You can literally feel the growth.
Mm,
You can see the improvement. You can see the growth. Let me give you an instance. Let me give you a very simple instance. For everyone who's watching, watch my analogy. Let me bust your head now. There is Samuel L. Jackson. Everybody knows him. And then there's a Denzel Washington. Samuel L. Jackson is in. Give me a second. Yeah. They are coming for me. Give me a second. Um, so is Samuel L. Jackson can be in 20 movies in a year. He's a fantastic actor. He's great. He can be in 20 movies in a year. From all the Avenger movies to, like, name it, there's so many. And then you see a Denzel Washington who you probably see, or even a Will Smith who you see in one movie per
Yeah.
year, or two maximum in a year. And then you don't
Mm.
see him until the next one. So the difference between these two kind of actors, and it works for both, like I said, depending on what you want for yourself. Samuel is on every project and he's good. Every time he comes on, he's that feel good actor you just enjoy to watch because you know he's just going to be his crazy self. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if that's the direction you want to go as an actor, good and fine. I'd rather be a Will Smith or a Denzel Washington. For every Denzel movie that you see, there's always this, wow, this guy keeps getting better. You get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
there's that space of
Yeah.
scarcity. There's that space of scarcity. There's that space of you missing him because you haven't seen him for a while. And then the next time you see him, it's on something so good that you remember all over again why you love Denzel Washington or why you
Mm.
love a Will Smith. Because for every single time they show up on your screen, no matter how long they've been away, they remind you that they're still here and they're still good. Probably better than the last time you saw them. So, like I said, it
Mm.
boils down to what you want for yourself as an individual in the industry or for your career. So I'd really rather be a Denzel or Will Smith than be a Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm, that's quite deep. I know you're on location and you need to go, but let me ask you this before you we let you go. What, how do you
Okay.
draw strength in an industry or in a world where mental health is key to performance? You know, you always need to be at the top of your game. You always need to leverage on the fact that you have to take care of your mental health, be alert, be stable, so you can interpret roles and all that. For people who do stressful jobs like yours and other
Yeah.
mental draining jobs, what would be your advice for them? How do you cope? What's your coping mechanism? And what do you think they can also learn from some of the things you do to help yourself stay alive and be able to do your job and please your fans?
Okay. Very simple steps. One, pace yourself. Really pace yourself because at the end of the day, you only have one life. You get what I mean? If no matter how important the position you occupy in an office or the position you occupy in the industry happens to you and you leave today, somebody else would take that position and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You have to pace
True,
yourself and
true.
remember that your health also comes first. Find support systems. My support system is my family. Anyone who knows me knows I'm huge on family. I'm very family oriented. And they are a huge support system for me. They are literally my getaway. So when the work going on films it gets overwhelming, I literally, especially thankfully to God, I've gotten to a place in my career right now where I can literally pick and choose when I want to work and when I want a break. I don't really have any points that I need to prove to anyone anymore. I'm not trying to break into the industry. I'm already in here. Yes, there's so much that I can still achieve, and all those things will happen in time. But I've gotten to a place where I know when to apply wisdom and know when to say, you know what, I am going to work for the entire month of January and the entire month of February, but for the month of March, the first, second, and third week of March, I am taking a break, and then I resume again by the ending of March. So those 3 weeks or 2 weeks or one week, depending on what works for you, I just unwind. I go home, I spend time with my family, just revitalize myself, rejuvenate, and you realize that when you do all those things at intervals, you find that whenever you go back to work, you come back to work refreshed. You're not burning out. You're not, because the work we are doing is a lot of creativity involved. And when you're on set over and
True.
over and over and over again, it can be a bit straining. So find support systems and literally much pace yourself. Remember that health is very important. And at the end of the day, no matter how big or important the work is, there's always somebody else to do that if anything happens to you. So if you have that here,
Yeah.
trust me, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Mm.
So thank you
Mm.
for that. I actually really do have to run because they have come for me, and we are going to lose daylight. We have a lot of exterior scenes to
Yeah.
shoot, and like we can't shoot that. Um,
Yeah, but
but
before you go, what should
yeah.
your fans be expecting from you? Your last word.
Oh,
What should they be expecting from you?
I have a bunch of movies that I shot. Once the lockdown was lifted. So I have a bunch of movies that are coming out this 2021. I have a bunch of movies coming out on TV. I have a bunch of movies coming out in cinema. Also, still keeping it alive and active on social media in terms of my TikTok videos, just to, make people laugh and all of that. But I can guarantee you, I'm working. I am not idle. I am not sitting at home. Just I'm working like literally every week or every couple of weeks. So there's content that is going to be bombarding your screens and the theaters real soon.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for finding time to join us. It's really a pleasure. Thank you so much, and we wish you the very best. And please, when your works come out, do let us know so we could have you here again to talk about it. God bless you, and we wish you the very best. Okay, that's the size of the show today. Yeah, that's the size of the show today. Ironically, Chris has to leave, and we thank him for finding time to join us. And to all of you who also joined us, so many questions and so many messages here that are on the phone, but he has to leave now. He's on set, and we'll gather it all and then read them or send it to him, and then he can respond. This one is from Victoria Umar. Thank you so much. It says, nice one. Thank you, Victoria. Sadly, Chris has gone, so but we'll send all your messages to him. Hopefully, we should bring him back when he's free and not on set. He actually took out time to come on this. He had to really squeeze out time because of us. He said, Ambassador, it's because of Shagalinko. I'm really on set and all that. Victoria Umar, thank you. You say we really do appreciate you, Mr. Emmanuel, sir. Thank you too, Victoria. We appreciate everyone who is always joining us on this show. Thank you so much. So on Tuesday, we'll be here again, God willing. We'll be looking at Monday, 8th of March is International Women's Day. So on Tuesday, that's the 9th of March, we'll be dedicating Shagalinku to celebrate the International Women's Day. So we'll be looking at a whole lot, sanitation, hygiene for women, what they need to do in the pandemic, and how they can take care of themselves. And Ms. Julie Mobo will be here to lend our voice. And we went to town to ask a few women what they also think the kind of change they want for the new year, so to say, because this is 2021 of the International Women's Day, which is on the 8th of March, every 8th of March. In fact, the whole month of March is also dedicated to women. So we're also asking, and if you have videos, please do send it to us on the number scrolling on the screen, 08054383460. Please do let us know what change you think we can do to empower women. What do you look at for in 2021 that you think women can be empowered to live their dreams, maximize their dreams and potentials and all that. So we'll be celebrating women on Tuesday, the Tuesday's edition of Shagalinku. I want to thank everyone who joined us. Yeah, my guest had to go because he's on set. Thanks to all of you who sent in messages, from Pastor Chuku, Oji, to David Vandi, all the way from the United States of America. Also to Nana, Dr. Nana Kwame Leroy, also from the US. Victoria in Benue, and a whole lot of people who sent in text messages here, from Tanzania, from Nairobi, from Warri, Port Harcourt. All of you who joined us, thank you so much. We truly appreciate. The videos will still be here. You can watch after the show on Shagalinku TV, the YouTube and the Facebook pages. It's there. And please like our social media handles. On Twitter, it's at Shagalinku TV. On Instagram, it's at Shagalinku TV. And on Facebook, it's at Shagalinku TV. In fact, all the social media, it's at Shagalinku TV. Like our pages and do share this video so that more people could watch it and appreciate the topic. So next week, we'll be doing all that. And yes, keep joining us. My name once again is Ambassador Emmanuel Gabari, and urging you all to stay blessed. And once again, let me thank the people who made this edition and episode a reality, to Marian Ngokolo, to Didi, to Malin, to Antingozi, to Victoria, to Zainab. Thank you all. And everyone in Wise Organization, thank you so much. Till I see you all, God willing, next week, Tuesday. Have a beautiful time and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.